My dear friend, come, sit with me for a moment after a very tired day. I want to tell you about something. One evening, as the sun was setting behind the mountains, a young man came to me with excitement in his voice and restlessness in his mind. And he said, "Master, I finally know what I want to do with my life. I have made a plan, and I have told everyone about it." And I looked at him carefully and asked, "Then why do you seem so unsettled instead of peaceful?" And he paused, because deep down he felt it too, that something inside him had weakened the moment he spoke too much. And so I told him to sit beside me, and I pointed toward a small candle burning quietly in the corner of the room, its flame steady and calm, untouched by anything around it. And I said, "This flame survives because it is protected." And then I slowly opened the window, and a gust of wind rushed in, causing the flame to tremble and flicker, almost disappearing, and I said, "Your plans are just like this flame. The moment you expose them to too many people, you invite the winds of doubt, opinions, jealousy, and fear." And the young man listened closely as I continued. Most people think that sharing their goals will make them stronger. But often it does the opposite, because when you speak about your plans, your mind feels a false sense of progress, as if you have already moved forward, and this illusion quietly steals your hunger to act. And I could see his expression change as he began to understand. So I told him a story from my own journey, that when I first chose the path of discipline and self-mastery, I spoke very little about it. I did not announce it to the world. I did not seek validation. I simply showed up every day in silence, because I realized that energy is like water. The more you spill it through unnecessary words, the less remains to nourish your actions. And over time, I noticed something even deeper, that not everyone you speak to truly wants to see you grow, not because they are bad people, but because your ambition reminds them of their own inaction. And so they protect their comfort by questioning your path, by planting small seeds of doubt that slowly grow if you are not careful. And that is why wisdom teaches silence, not as a form of hiding, but as a form of protection. Because silence is where clarity grows and discipline strengthens, just like a seed buried in the soil does not announce its arrival. It remains unseen, building roots in darkness, gathering strength until the day it rises above the surface without asking for permission. And your life must follow the same rhythm: quiet effort, consistent action, and patience without the need for approval. Because the world does not reward what you say, it rewards what you do. And when the young man looked at me again, his eyes were no longer restless, they were calm. And I told him one final thing. Move in silence, let your work speak, and when the time comes, you will not need to explain your journey, because your results will speak louder than your words ever could. And in that moment, he understood that the less he said, the more he could become.